Okay, last week I received a strike from YouTube, like within minutes of uploading a video. The video was actually not my own video; it was downloaded by me from a different channel. Someone who was a targeted individual, and he was relating his own targeting experiences with direct energy weapons. So I edited the video. It was a 10-minute long video, and I edited the video. It was a really excellent video with some really insightful information. So what I did, I edited, and I think I switched off for the last couple of minutes, and I just wanted to get it uploaded. So I wasn't really listening to the content, and I hadn't heard him mention COVID. I mean, I might have heard him mention it, but it kind of went over my head, and I never kind of heard what he was saying, but I wasn't listening, kind of thing. I wasn't taking it in. And it was he kind of digressed on from his own personal targeting to kind of like more broader targeting that's going on in the world for the last couple of minutes, and I switched off at that moment, and so I hadn't edited that out. Had I heard it and been on the ball, I would have actually edited it out, and then there wouldn't have been a strike. But I couldn't upload anything for a week after that. So, but I started thinking, all he's doing is talking about stuff, and people have brains, and they're able to kind of distinguish between what they personally understand to be fact and maybe what they don't. They can kind of process the information and make a decision themselves without YouTube coming along and saying, well, that's misleading. We'll decide for you. The whole idea of censorship, censorship obviously is needed, but when you're talking about stuff, when you're talking about things and it's your opinion, your own personal opinion, that are we not entitled to opinions? So I think I started thinking about the chicken song, and I thought, well, you can't talk about COVID and have an opinion on COVID, but let me just check if the chicken song is viewable on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it will be. I think I watched it already. Now, this is from the 80s. I showed it to someone recently, and they'd never even heard of this. So the chicken song is available to view. I'm not going to play the audio. Alright. So it is available to view on YouTube. That's just the audio. There is a video probably that we might be able to. So it was by Spitting Image, the people who were behind Spitting Image, which was a popular kind of like puppet show, kind of like satirical puppet show in the 80s, which took off like a lot of politicians and celebrities. There we are. So that's the video. That's our old PM Maggie Thatcher. These are a lot of 80s icons here. Anyway, so it is available to view. Anyway, so I'm just going to read out the lyrics. And this is what they're telling you to do. So it's a time of year now that spring is in the air, when those two wet gits with their girly curly hair, all fine so far, make another song for moronic holidays. That noisy 888 in a million different ways, from the shores of Spain to the coast of southern France. No matter where you hide, you just can't escape this dance. That's fine. Hold a chicken in the air, stick a deck chair up your nose. So they're telling you to stick a deck chair up your nose. I'm pretty sure there's people in this world who would actually try that upon that advice. Buy a jumbo jet and then bury all your clothes. Paint your left knee green. I mean, it's all innocent so far. Apart from the deck chair, I wouldn't advise that. Then extract your wisdom teeth. So they're telling you to extract your wisdom teeth, form a string quartet, and pretend your name is Keith. Paint your left knee green. That's fine. Skin yourself alive. Learn to speak Arapaho, that's alright, but I'm not so sure about skinning yourself alive. Climb inside a dog. Behead an Eskimo. Even that's politically incorrect. Although this was the 80s. Eat a Renault 4 with salami in your ears. I used to think that was wear salami in your ears. Eat a Renault 4 with salami in your ears. Don't try eating a Renault 4. Casserole, not even in fact, if you're going to eat a Renault 4, try eating a real one rather than a Matchbox one. Casserole your gran. Disembowel yourself with spears. It's all perfectly fine. Yeah, this is alright, this stuff. The disco is vibrating, the sound is loud and grating, it's truly nauseating, let's do the dance again. Hold a chicken in the air, stick a Dutch out your nose, and then it's just repeating. There's no escape in the clubs or in the bars, you would hear this song if you holidayed on Mars. Skin yourself alive, want to speak a rapper, climb inside a dog and bed an Eskimo. Now you've heard it once, your brain will spring a leak, I know you hate this song, you'll be humming it for weeks. So that's perfectly alright, some of that. So if we're able to distinguish between what might be right and not particularly okay to do among all that, in terms of what they're instructing us to do, then are we not capable of distinguishing between what's okay and what's not? Whether it's okay to, are we not capable of determining for ourselves whether we want to believe information that's put out about COVID-19? I mean, if it was all bullshit anyway, and it was absolutely just absurd information, there'd be no harm in just leaving it out there, because, you know, people, it's so absurd that they should be thinking that nobody's going to believe that. But when you start removing content without actually giving people a chance to determine for themselves whether there might be some element of truth to it or not, it makes you wonder a little bit. I kind of like refer people to the David Icke situation a few years ago, where he was putting out information and they suppressed. That was quickly suppressed. So when information's suppressed, does that not really speak for itself? Well, yeah, I mean, I've done my own research in depth on COVID-19. That's all I'll say. And if you do, I don't think there's any harm in advising people to actually research COVID-19 and kind of dig deep for some videos where on other platforms it would more likely be, and find out information, cross-reference everything, check out the ingredients of COVID, of the vaccinations. Do that for yourself, and then you can determine if it's all BS or not. Also, I'd refer people to the Georgia Guidestones as well. I think it's okay to talk about the Georgia Guidestones, but just have a look at the Georgia Guidestones. If you've never heard of them, check those out.